How to buy out a major car corporation and why, by Tob McBride. Our goal: a world group non-profit ownership of leading car companies and maybe museums in a different scenario, says Aura. Public pressure, says Aura. This is what the world group does and why it will be progress, says Aura. The world group makes the car companies an offer after great public pressure, says Aura. The world group, a non-profit organization, can pay better the employees, can sell at better prices the cars, and can raise more money for charities, says Aura. No more competition of the major car companies would be the result, says Aura. Question: how does a corporation change into a non-profit organization as a result of being liquidated, says Penelope. Good, clean fun. I just want to play. People may be outraged at Head Betressia, the fantasy I wrote, but it is a kind of defensive play of mine, says Benevuva. How do we get existing popular car companies to lower the price of their stocks so that we can buy it? The answer: we boycott them, says Amy. Two or more companies merge, then we, a global non-profit organization, buys their stock completely up, says Amy. People just don't know what power they have as a collective group of consumers, says Aura. We start with a car company, an American one, like Ford, GM, Dodge, Chevy, Buick, etc., and make a demand to their CEOs and board, says Aura. We form a non-profit organization to handle the global running of the car company of the future, says Elaine. Mention always and stress the charities for the victims of schizophrenia, cancer, AIDS, and rape, says Elaine. We need like a pie chart now and a projected of distributed funds for the car company, Global Triumphant Car Company, non-profit organization, says Elaine. We need a way to spread the ideas globally of the global takeover of a private group of car corporations in a democratic way, says Elaine. Maybe we should start looking for our board members soon, says Shay. And here is the 7-part outline of the Global Triumphant Car Company, a win-win situation. First, we begin as a non-profit organization, the Global Triumphant Car Company. Second, we find sponsors, maybe even rival car companies. Third, we get a global population to understand why we need to buy out the car companies. Third, we persuade a kind of boycott of the car companies, the car corporations we choose to pressure. Fourth, we make our demands so that they lower their stock, so that we can own the corporation after buying it to change it into a non-profit organization. Fifth, all of the executives, the workers, and the company people will stay exactly the same, but will have better payment as a whole. As they still run the company. Sixth, the 4 charities mentioned will get a better chunk of the payments made, of the profits made. Seventh, and finally, perhaps other models of nonprofit organizations will emerge for other kinds of Wall Street companies. That's what Valerie says. The end.